Okay, welcome everyone. This is going to be assignment number 4, which is going to be Snowflake. We're going to be using the mirror command and polar array, which are two new commands we'll add. Mirror, you might have used it on the football field, maybe not, but this is really going to give you a lot more practice with it. So for this assignment, basically you have to draw one of these 4 snowflakes. It doesn't have to be exact. It could be similar, but the idea is that everything has to be symmetric. So if we go over here, you don't have to worry about setting units or limits at the bottom. So we'll just go ahead and get started. Now, initially, I'll draw a line straight up from the top. And I'll call the bottom is going to be the center of snowflake. This top part is going to be the very top of it. So yours should be a lot more complicated than what mine's going to be, but we'll just draw something fairly simple. I'm just randomly drawing some lines out here to look like half of one of these branches on the snowflake. I'm also going to draw something inside. We'll do trim, and if you hit enter, again, everything's cutting edge. Delete that line in the middle. And we can even click in there, hit delete. Click this one, hit delete. All right, now we will highlight everything, and here's something that is going to be useful. You may have caught on to this by now, but if you highlight in one direction, you get blue. If you highlight in the other direction, you get green. Okay, so the difference here, green, if any part of that line at all is inside there, it will select the entire line. Blue, you have to have the entire line inside of that highlighted area. So if I wanted to highlight just this line, I can highlight just that line. Okay, so that's the difference between blue and green. So we'll highlight that entire area, we'll hit mirror, and I want to mirror it around that line that I drew. So now we have one branch, done. Notice it asks you, do you want to erase the source object? This is the source object. No, we don't want to erase it. Now, we're under this array command. There's path, polar, and rectangular. Rectangular would be, think about desks in a classroom. How do we want to lay it out? A certain number of rows, certain number of columns. So you could copy an object for a certain number of rows and a certain number of columns. Polar array is what we're going to do. It puts things in a circle around a specific point of rotation. So we'll select that. Now, change the screen so we can see down here at the bottom. Okay, so it says select the object right here. What do we want to array around? We're going to select this. And then we will hit enter because that's the only object we have to array around. Best specify the base point of rotation. We can rotate it here, or it could be down a little bit further if you'd like. This is going to be the exact center of the snowflake. And that brings us up to this dialog box. We'll have an awful lot of choices to make. Let's do that again. We'll do array, highlight our part, make sure we get all of it. Hit enter, specify the base point of rotation. I'm going to select someplace down here and see how it's further, the further away I go. So I'll escape. We'll go back again and change the base point of displacement so everyone kind of understands what that does. We'll go in a little bit tighter. Now, here, number of items 6. If you don't want 6, you could select 5. So you see how it just changes the number that you have around here. And you can change the distance between it. You could change the angle, whether you want 3 full 60 all the way around a circle. If you only wanted the top half, you could change this to, say, 180. And see it's only on just 1/2. And it automatically adjusts the distance between, so they're all equidistant apart. If we want to go the full distance, 360. You can choose 5, you can choose 6, whatever looks the best with your particular snowflake. If we go with 6. Okay, so you can even add on further if you'd like. So for us, if you click on the center point and go out again, we'll go point to point, and now we should have midpoint selected. All right, midpoint's on. So what we did there, we don't have a circle. It's hard to determine where the exact center was, so I drew a line from point to point. Now we can click to the midpoint of that line. So from the midpoint of the line, we can go straight up to right. And now we can draw something else if we wanted to draw something else. I would like you guys to just add as much as you can. in about a half an hour period. So we can freehand it out, but again, it's not going to be symmetric. So we will go ahead and choose the mirror tool again. I can click on lines individually, or I could highlight it with either the blue or green selected area. So we clicked those. It says specify the mirror line. We'll say here, there, enter. And we can leave this line if you want, or delete it. It doesn't particularly matter to me. I think in this case, we'll go ahead and get rid of it. Array again. Oops. There we go. So, and we can even add more if you'd like to add 12. So we can keep adding and adding and adding. The idea is that it looks similar to one of the ones on the table, just in the fact that it's symmetric. So go out as far as you can, add a few of them. If you want to add some copies and make a lot of these, you can. And again, don't worry about limits here. If you do run into an area where you can't edit things, you can't change it, you're outside of the limits. But don't worry about setting them unless you run into that. So we'll go to copy. You selected it, and you can just put them wherever you'd like. So go ahead, have fun with this. I want you guys to really learn how to use the polar array command and mirror command to make things perfectly symmetric. So that's going to be the assignment for this week. Hopefully you guys have fun. Thanks.